Today our topic is the best ways to start your Stoic journey. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is not just a set of ideas, but a practical way of living that can help us face challenges, find peace, and become better people. If you are interested in starting your Stoic journey, here are some of the best ways to begin. First, understand the core ideas of Stoicism. Stoicism was founded in ancient Greece by Zeno of Citium, but it became more popular through the works of three famous Stoic philosophers, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. The main idea of Stoicism is that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. This means that our happiness and peace of mind do not depend on external events, but on our own thoughts and actions. By focusing on what is within our control, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. To start your Stoic journey, it is important to learn about the key principles of Stoicism. One of the most important principles is the dichotomy of control. This means that some things are within our control, and some things are not. For example, we cannot control the weather, other people's opinions, or the past, but we can control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot, we can reduce stress and live more peacefully. Another important principle of Stoicism is the idea of virtue. The Stoics believe that the highest good in life is to live virtuously. Virtue means having qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. The Stoics believe that by developing these virtues, we can live a good life no matter what happens to us. They also believe that external things like money, fame, and power are not as important as our own character. This does not mean that we should not care about these things at all, but we should not depend on them for our happiness. To practice Stoicism, it is important to develop a daily routine that helps you focus on these principles. One of the best ways to do this is through journaling. Journaling is a powerful tool that can help you reflect on your thoughts and actions, and it is something that many Stoic philosophers practiced. For example, Marcus Aurelius wrote his famous book, Meditations, as a personal journal to reflect on his own life and Stoic principles. You can start your own Stoic journal by writing down your thoughts, reflecting on your day, and thinking about how you can apply Stoic principles in your life. Ask yourself questions like, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn? How can I improve tomorrow? By reflecting on these questions, you can become more aware of your thoughts and actions and make better choices in the future. Another way to practice Stoicism is through mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This is an important part of Stoicism because it helps us become more aware of what is happening in our minds and how we are reacting to it. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. This can help us stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. You can practice mindfulness by taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breathing, and observe your thoughts. You can also practice mindfulness in your daily activities by paying attention to what you are doing and staying present in the moment. Reading Stoic texts is another important part of starting your Stoic journey. The works of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius are some of the best sources of Stoic wisdom. These texts are full of practical advice and insights that can help you understand Stoic principles and apply them in your life. For example, in his letters to Lucilius, Seneca writes about how to deal with adversity, how to manage time, and how to live a good life. Epictetus, in his Discourses and Enchiridion, teaches us how to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. And Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on how to live with virtue and integrity, even as a Roman emperor. Reading these texts can give you a deeper understanding of Stoicism and inspire you to live a more Stoic life. Practicing gratitude is also an important part of Stoicism. The Stoics believe that we should be grateful for what we have, even in difficult times. This does not mean that we should ignore our problems or pretend that everything is perfect. It means that we should focus on the good things in our lives and appreciate them, even when things are hard. Practicing gratitude can help us stay positive and resilient, even in the face of challenges. You can practice gratitude by taking a few minutes each day to think about what you are grateful for. You can write these things down in your journal or simply reflect on them in your mind. By focusing on the good things in your life, you can develop a more positive outlook and find more joy in everyday moments. Another important aspect of Stoicism is learning to accept what we cannot control. This is one of the most difficult parts of Stoicism, but it is also one of the most important. Life is full of unexpected events, and we cannot control everything that happens to us. But we can control how we respond to these events. The Stoics believe that by accepting what we cannot control, we can find peace and freedom. This does not mean that we should not try to improve our lives or solve our problems. It means that we should focus on what we can do and let go of what we cannot. For example, if you are stuck in traffic, you cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. Instead of getting angry or frustrated, you can use the time to listen to music, think, or practice mindfulness. By accepting what you cannot control, you can reduce stress and find more peace in your life. Finally, it is important to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is one of the key virtues in Stoicism, and it is essential for living a Stoic life. Self-discipline means being able to control your desires, emotions, and actions, even when it is difficult. It means making choices that align with your values and goals, even when it is easier to give in to temptation. Practicing self-discipline can help you stay focused on what is important and avoid distractions. You can practice self-discipline by setting goals for yourself and working towards them every day. For example, you can set a goal to exercise regularly, eat healthy, or spend less time on social media. By practicing self-discipline, you can develop more control over your life and become a better person. Starting your Stoic journey is not always easy, but it is worth it. By focusing on what you can control, practicing gratitude, and developing self-discipline, you can live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Remember that Stoicism is not about being perfect or never feeling negative emotions. It is about learning to accept life as it is and finding strength and wisdom in every situation. By practicing Stoicism, you can become more resilient, more mindful, and more virtuous. And by doing so, you can live a life that is not only good for you, but also good for others. So take the first step on your Stoic journey today and see how it can change your life for the better.